The Monica Makes It Happen podcast is proudly supported by Ponce Bank.
Hi, you're watching the Monica Makes It Happen show, and I'm in the streaming studio coming to you with, well, I say a community champion, several community champions. Thanks to Ponce Bank and our partnership with Ponce Bank, we will be giving things away, but mostly it's information is power. And that's what I hope you'll get from every single show that we're doing. I can't believe he's here with us. Juan Sanchez, Vice President and Commercial Relationship Officer at Ponce Bank is with us. Juan, thank you for joining us from New Jersey. You're in charge of New Jersey and Florida, right?
Correct.
It's exciting. I'm glad you're here because we're going to talk about a partnership that's really important. Everybody's been talking about bodegas and supermarkets, and thank goodness we have Anthony later on our show, Anthony Peña, the national president of the National Supermarket Association, joining us about this incredible partnership. Really, knowledge is power, but partnerships are power too. And what you're doing is you are strengthening our communities. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're seeing on the ground right now when it comes to a community bank like Ponce Bank and the impact that you're having with this partnership?
Well, Monica, first things first, I want to thank you for having me on your show. It's quite of an honor. I appreciate the opportunity. So yes, my name is Juan Sanchez. I manage the New Jersey and the Florida market, the commercial relationship officer. And yes, to answer your question, one of the most important things that I see dealing with the local businesses, with the local community, even just entrepreneurs, even people that are just have ideas of starting a business, it's financial mastery. It's understanding the financial sector, understanding how banking functions. It's not complicated. A lot of our clients and clients that I've dealt with have this mentality of banking a little bit different, opposed to being bankable, to banks. So one of the things that I see is educating our community. And I think that's our strong suit. I think that's the secret sauce for the bank, for Ponce Bank within the community. And it truly does make a difference.
Well, I have to say, I first fell in love with your CEO, Carlos, because you talk just
Great
like
guy.
him. You talk like a real person, because so many times you talk to bankers or you try to get financial help and it's like, it goes right over my head, right? But what I love about you and Ponce Bank is that you give it to me and the community in a way that I understand. You meet me where I'm at. And that's really important because I'm learning right along with my community about financial literacy myself. What's the number one thing someone can do if they're watching and they're struggling? Because I know when you partner with someone like the National Supermarket Association, that is 1,000 bodegas strong, 1,000 supermarkets strong. These are small businesses that are the backbone of our community. What's the number one thing you want small businesses to know if they're watching right now?
I think the most important thing is not being afraid to ask questions. A lot of businesses, small, and when I say small, 1 to 5 employees to, larger size companies, it's fear. They're afraid of asking questions. How do I get financing? How can I manage my accounts? How can I manage payroll, or how can I manage my operating expenses? They're afraid of asking these questions. And I think the most important thing is just ask the questions. It can be directly with your banker. It can be directly with your CPA. It's just asking the questions. Don't be afraid. Ask the questions. And by asking the questions, you'll tend to learn a lot.
Is the number one, and this is just because it's in my life, rent. Rent is such a major problem with our viewers. Is that what you're seeing with supermarkets and bodegas? Is that a big issue that you're helping people with?
Yes, unfortunately, in that industry, this is an industry that, that we're very close to, and we help out a lot in this independent supermarket industry. And yes, one of the biggest things that I've seen is rents, the cost of real estate, for these supermarket owner operators to be able to afford, these rents. So having conversation with banks, having conversations with people like myself, and being able to educate them in stating, you don't have to necessarily pay rent. There's opportunities out there where you can actually purchase real estate and have your operation operate out of your own facility, out of your own building, can be such a cost savings. They'll save thousands of dollars compared to what they're paying in rent. So
I know,
yes,
and Anthony has
rent
a great
is a big
story,
thing.
right? Anthony has a great story that he's going to share with us in our next block. But right now, what Ponce Bank can do, what you can do, and what people can do is go into a branch, right? And ask questions, start the process, right? Because that's really the beginning of, I think, being helped, is asking for help and going and doing, like an action.
I agree. I think, not being afraid, not being, not having, you look, you can have doubts. People can be afraid. They don't understand how certain things work. But just going into your local branch, going into one of our local branches and asking, inquiring on, I'm looking to finance. I really don't understand how, how to basically analyze my accounts the way that they should be analyzed, how to manage my accounts the way that they need to be managed. Just coming in, asking the questions is going to do a big thing. I think the biggest step they can do is to walk into a local branch and just ask the question.
Yeah. And I trust you, Juan. I trust you completely. Now we're going to go to a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have Anthony Peña here, the national president of the National Supermarket Association. I think it's more than 1,000 bodegas and supermarkets strong. We love them so much. And he's going to talk to us about real stories of how Ponce Bank saved the day and also how you can get help. That's after the break. And we're back. I can't even believe he's here, the national president of the National Supermarkets Association, a friend of our show. Thank you, Anthony, for being here. Anthony Peña.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here today. It's an honor to be here in your show.
Well, Ponce Bank is a great partner. And so they brought your incredible organization to our attention. We've done stories before, but this is at a whole new level. You are on the front lines every day. Tell me about your members. You have the most members of any time in history. And there's a reason why you're an incredible organization.
Yes, our membership every year is getting stronger and stronger. And now we're about 1,000 stores nationwide. We're all the way from Massachusetts down to Florida. And, our members are in the front lines handling the situations that we have on a day-to-day basis. So we're proud to be in our communities. We're proud to be associated in the communities that we serve. And for us, it's a pleasure.
What does a community bank like Ponce Bank do for your members?
A community bank like Ponce, what they do is they allow us to have stronger financial education and where we can make better decisions every day. We have access to certain capital that we on a normal basis wouldn't have access to or wouldn't even know, because again, we're in our stores, running our stores on a day-to-day basis, and we don't have the knowledge at times like these big banks that are big national chains, and where they have access to people who have access to this grants and have access to all these other things. And Ponce, what they really do is they really provide a channel for us and our members to have access to financial education and financial products.
I'm so glad you said that, because you always need a specialist. That's what Ponce Bank. They are a money specialist in my mind, because they're so busy doing the hard work, keeping your business going. And so you need someone that knows about credit, right? And managing debt, right? Are those the two biggies for the members, the two biggies for our bodegas right now?
Exactly. Yes, it is. Credit lines and credit is very, very important for our business because of the inventory. When you purchase, we want to make sure we pay our vendors on time and everybody else is taken care of. And having access to credit and capital is very, very important to us.
Yeah. Stronger together. I always feel that we're stronger together, and that's what makes you so fantastic of an organization, because there's power in numbers and the power of the bodegas. I mean, I know a lot of the bodega owners myself because I've been in so many communities over the years covering news stories, and they really are the heart and soul of our city, of our communities. So, how can we make it stronger? How can we support you? What can we do if we're watching?
It's very simple. It's just pretty much shopping at your local store consistently, notifying the managers of items that you may need or may would like. Would like. Obviously, our store owners and our members are very in tune with their neighborhoods, changing and adapting year after year. There's some neighborhoods that are nothing near what they were maybe 5, 10 years ago. And just being part of the community, shopping local, maintaining a footprint, and having that connection with the community stores is very important for us and our members.
There might be small businesses watching. There might be someone watching that has lost hope, that thinks they're going to have to close their doors. This happens so much in our city because of the rent, because of things. What do you want to tell them about Ponce Bank and about what they can do immediately to save their business?
It's very simple for me because a bank like Ponce, they just don't finance business. They finance communities. And for them being part of the community, for them being part of our infrastructure, it creates opportunities for us to be here long term. For example, some store owners are paying an exorbitant amount of money in rent when they can finally buy that property and control the property. It's all about controlling your destiny and controlling everything that you're in, and doing that secures long term for I'm a second generation store owner, and it was always nice, for example, for my parents to say, listen, this property is ours, continue the business for the next 20, 30 years.
Yes.
It's something I would like to tell my children. So listen, we own this property, control it for the next however many years
I
into my
love that.
grandkids.
Generational wealth is what we want. And Ponce Bank saved the day, right? You have a story for us about they were paying this crazy rent, right? And
yes, there was a point where we could be paying, let's say, $40,000 a month in rent, which is pretty almost standard. And then we go to like a Ponce Bank and say, listen, I would like to be here long term. And they says, well, you can purchase the building based off your finances, based off of everything that you have, and you end up paying, let's say, half of what the rent cost is to actually own the property. So that's a significant amount of savings, which we pass on to the consumer. And that's very, very important to keep in mind.
wow, you got my attention. That's a great story. So hopefully you're going to get people reaching out, going into a branch or going online. Thank you so much, Anthony. We just adore you. The National Supermarkets Association, the incredible national president, Anthony Peña. Thank you for joining us, and coming back on our show after the break is Juan. Juan is going to be back. He is, again, the vice president at Ponce Bank, and he's going to talk more about tips, solid tips. We're going to do a little speed round when we come back. Juan Sanchez, of course, is joining us, and Anthony Peña, Ponce Bank. Juan Sanchez and Anthony Peña, our national president of National Supermarket Association. Thank you both for joining us together now to end the show. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about what I learned from talking to both of you. I'm learning that, first of all, you have a partner that cares, because so many times you feel like you have to suffer alone. You have to figure it out. And a lot of times your brain can't figure out the solution to the problem in front of you. Is that right? I mean, I know that's in my own finances. So sometimes you need a specialist. Juan, is Ponce Bank that partner specifically for supermarkets and bodegas and small businesses in our area?
Absolutely, Monica. Our commitment is to assist and help the communities. That's our commitment. That's our goal. We are from the community ourselves, including myself, a lot of our personnel. So we have a responsibility to come out and to assist our local communities and help them grow and educate them and guide them into the right path. So yes, to answer your question, absolutely.
Not to put you on the spot, Anthony, but now that you have Juan with you, I mean, it has been a game changer, right? Because it's so hard to get, like you said, the capital and that right partner. But once it happens, it's magic.
Yes, it is. That's exactly correct. Like I said, banks, when they partner with us, the local businesses, they strengthen us, they strengthen the community, and they help us project into a long-term future in the neighborhoods that we serve, which is very important to us.
And really the best is yet to come. And it starts little steps. But again, the misconceptions about how hard it can be, it starts with one small step, and that is going into your Ponce Bank branch, right? Asking for the help, right? And then joining an organization like yours so that you have the power of the we. I always say we make it happen. It isn't Monica makes it happen. It's we make it happen, right, Anthony?
That's correct. And finding somebody who believes in your business, who believes in your dreams, and helping you finance that, I think that's something that we can all look forward to in a local community bank.
You know, Juan, tell me about that. That is the belief.
Correct. And I think the beauty of what we live and breathe here at the bank, starting from the top of the house all the way down to the front line, is that we want to understand and need to understand how these businesses function, just by understanding what are their needs, how is it that the supermarket industry functions, how it works, dealing with suppliers, dealing with staff, by us understanding, we'll be able to create and customize certain products that are going to be tailored for them. And it doesn't have to necessarily be only supermarkets. I know this segment, we're talking about supermarkets, but we're talking about nail salons, barbershops. It can be small distributors in town. It could be local restaurants. So I think that's very important and what sets us apart and sets people like myself apart is that we want to educate ourselves of the industry. And that's what's going to make a difference, and it makes an impact.
I love it. We're going to be highlighting community champions all year round, just like Anthony. Thanks to Ponce Bank. Thank you for supporting the Monica Makes It Happen show as well. They're one of our first partners, and we're so appreciative. So thank you, Juan, for being here. And Anthony, you both were incredible guests. You'll be back, right? I have a feeling we're going to be going to a supermarket near you to do the next show, right?
And
Yes.
yes, that will be wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you for having us on the show.
Thank you for being on the show. How do we reach you really quickly? How to reach both of you? I want to reach you and follow you on social. How do I do that? First, Juan.
Well, basically very simple. Go into a local branch, which is very important. And my email, which would be juan.sanchez@poncebank.net.
You did not just give your email. I love this guy. I
yes,
love it.
I did. Yes,
You're
I
gonna
did.
get flooded with emails right now. Okay. Anthony, how about you? How do we reach you?
Yeah, it's easy. You can just visit our website at www.nsaglobal.org or follow us on Instagram, nsaglobal.org.
I already do. I already follow you. I love Instagram. Don't forget to follow Pix 11 News as well. And we have our digital show every day at 11. Thank you so much, guys. We are making it happen together. See you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
You were awesome.